Morning everybody, it's a beautiful October morning, nice and crisp, 52 degrees, and we are going to the boathouse to get one final sail in, hopefully. Fingers crossed that we get to. It'll be a nice windy day today, so it'll be plenty of wind for sailing. The drive down has been beautiful so far. Love seeing all the fall foliage out here. The trailer, the boat trailer, hooked up to the van, and the dinghy is on the boat trailer. So we are taking the van, the boat trailer, the dinghy, and the golf cart down to the boat launch today, and then we're going to get it all in position for hauling out the boat tomorrow. It is really windy and gusty today, so we might not actually go sailing because it's probably gonna overpower our boat. But we'll see. We might just work on taking down the mast and everything today in preparation for launching it or removing it from the water tomorrow. Okay, we got all of our stuff to the boat launch. And Sylvia doing a great job towing as usual. Kurt's undoing my knot. And then we will carry the dinghy off this trailer and go out to the boat. Made it onto the boat. It is a nice 68 degrees in here. And it is really windy. I think it might be too windy to do anything. Getting some lunch to bring back to the boat. Kurt's in a mood, so he's not with me. He's just staying on the boat. So hopefully I can get to the restaurant, diner, on battery, and the golf cart, and we won't have any issues with it dying or anything like that, but it seems a little low right now. But anyway, I'm gonna go get food and head back to the boat and eat it there and enjoy my nice Saturday on the boat, even though we're not boating, before we take it out of the water for the season. Alright, got lunch, got drinks, and back to the boat. It's really funny because right now there's doing, the campground's doing trunk or treat. So like you can't see now because we kind of passed the area, but all the golf carts are like super decorated and all the kids are wearing their Halloween costumes and stuff. It looks pretty fun, but that's like the main event for right now is the trunk or treat. But heading out to the boat, it's been a nice day, eating my lunch out there, getting some stuff packed away so we can bring it in tomorrow. It's totally fall here. There's all kinds of leaves everywhere. All the wooded areas changing colors. Kurt's coming to pick me up from the dock. It's a nice, beautiful fall day. Really enjoying myself here. Saturday in the wind. It's not too cold yet, so that's good. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to take some video of us putting down the mast and everything like that. But it's not so crazy windy. It's low tide right now. Very low tide. Feels like it's even lower than it was when I first left the boat to get lunch. So I wonder how deep it is under the boat. It's probably only like 2 feet. Anyway, Kurt's picking me up. So I'm hopping on the dinghy. So the depth is 2.5 feet. At least it's nice and flat down there. I guess at high tide it's only like 3.5 feet. But it is windy. Our topping lift sounds like a guitar string. Can you see it vibrating? Well, probably not. But I think we're gonna get the boom off right now and put it away. And then tomorrow all we'll have to worry about is the head sail and all the rigging, and then lay the mast down. So I unhooked the sail bag from around the mast, and I was going to take the slug stop out right here. So the slugs could come all the way down and I could detach that from the mast. But there are just spiders everywhere. You can't see them right now, but there was one right there. I think there's a whole bunch in the sail. So that'll be fun. But once I take the slug break off, then all I have to do is undo this little part to get the sail to detach from the mast. Oh, sweet, there's a wasp. He's sleeping. Take the ring ding off and pull that out to get the mast off of, or to get the boom off of the mast. Well, there's just spiders everywhere. Creepy crawlies. Oh, the hornet's like in the, oh shit. All kinds of bugs in there. This will be fun. I also have to remove the boom bang from the mast. So that's just that little shackle there. And it goes up there for the boom bang. So that's pretty simple. So as soon as I unhitch the topping lift, the boom will be free to lay down on the roof of the boat. And then I'll detach it from the mast, I think, so that it's not being suspended at this end still. So the topping lift has been taken off, so the mast is just, not the mast, the boom is just laying there at that end. It is freaking windy. I'm going to cleat off the topping lift. Cleat off the topping lift with this cleat so it doesn't get lost anywhere. Alright, so the sail is disconnected from the mast. I left the slug stop in there so we don't lose it. And I left this piece on there too, and this one, so that all that is on the boom is this little pin right there. So all of this is now disconnected. Probably going to just lay it right down here and lash it to the lifelines, stanchions, so it doesn't blow away. Kind of wrapped it all back up in the sail bag. So the top of the main sail is just right in there with all the slugs on it. Now it's kind of cocooned into the sail bag. And then now I have to put away the main sheet and the traveler. So that's still connected to the boom. It's still connected to the traveler. So I will just remove that pin right here, shackle, and then it'll be disconnected from the traveler. And I will wrap this all up around there so that it kind of tidies it up too. But our boom is disconnected. End of the sailing season. And Kurt's tidying up down below. Alright, so tomorrow, when it's not so windy, we will hook up the baby stays to the little hooks there, and they will go onto this part of the mast, and then we will disconnect the head sail, the forestay really, and then we will be able to use our mast lowering raising system to lower the mast. So right now I got the main sheet kind of bungeed to the mast to help a little bit with that slapping sound since it is crazy windy out here. Yeah, so we'll just enjoy the day on the boat, partially ready to take it in. We'll put the mast down tomorrow. And the bimini and everything. Probably deflate the dinghy, pack it all up. It's a sad day. Sad weekend. Yeah, it's windy. It's like we're sailing. We're just here on our mooring ball. One more sundown on the boat while it's on the water. So sad without her boom. Alright, back on the boat for our last night here. We got the mast raising and lowering system on the boat, so it's gonna just hang out there all night until we need it tomorrow. And then we're gonna put the bimini down and take off our little lights. Clean them real good. We're gonna reuse them again next year. And yeah, so we got our wine. I got my wine. There's some music coming from the plantation house over there, so that's been pretty nice and enjoyable, and the wind has died down a little bit. So yeah, should be a nice cool night sleeping on the boat. Boat's still all in tip-top shape here. excited. Staying nice and warm on the boat with my new Paca llama. Paca? No, what am I trying to say? Alpaca sweater. And then in a little bit from now, we're gonna be able to see a movie from the beach. We're gonna play either Jeepers Creepers or Hocus Pocus. Focus camera. Yeah, so there's the big screen right there that the movie's gonna be on. So we're gonna get to see that from the boat. One last hurrah before we end the season. So sad. Also, over at the plantation, there was a wedding. It was really cool earlier. There was a whole big V of geese up there in the sky, and they all like came in, and I thought that they were just gonna disappear behind this little cove, but like right where the water changes is where they all landed, like 30 of them, and it was really cool. It scared me at first because I was like, what the hell is that? It was neat watching them fly in like their little airplanes. Nobody's there for the scary movie yet. All the golf carts left. I'm sure they'll be back. Starts at 7, so we got another hour still. Everybody's probably eating dinner. And the blue herons keep flying around too, making a bunch of noise. So it's been really good bird watching. Nice evening on the boat. Kurt thinks we should go to the wedding. Just crash it over there. Instead, I'm gonna have some Spam for dinner. You can eat it cold, you know. Don't even have to heat it up. Ooh, ready to eat. Got a fork. I'm gonna just dig right in there. There's some more geese, but they're gonna go join the other ones. We're all nice and bundled up on the boat. Got our blankies and pillows out so we can enjoy the movie. Just have to wait for the boat to spin again, because right now we're watching it through the life ring. It's dark and spooky time. Alright, it's 7:30 and we're back down in the boat because it got too cold. It's so cold sitting up there on the cockpit. I wonder what the temperature is in here. Sorry, I don't have a light back here anymore because my batteries died. I just got my fan light going. Oh, don't I look beautiful? It is 57 degrees in here. It's colder outside though. Kurt's all bundled up with his socks and everything. He's putting the football game on so we don't go to bed at 7:30. I'm getting all the engines warmed up here since it's only 44 degrees out. But we're gonna make it over to the boat launch and put the boat on the trailer this morning. I'm gonna drive the dinghy over to the dock and then meet Kurt at the boat launch. There she goes, back to the boat launch. I made it onto the T-dock without any issues in the dinghy. So now I'm gonna go run over to the boat launch, meet Kurt there. The boat made it safely to the launch. Kurt is going to back the trailer down since it's stupid low tide, even though the app says it's high tide. So I don't know what's going on there, but Kurt's gonna bring Sylvia down. She's gonna get up here, pick up the Mac, hopefully. So the app's saying it was high tide. I really hope this isn't high tide, because this is definitely low tide. So we have to pull it out a little bit because we couldn't get it seated correctly on the boat trailer with the ballast full. So we are emptying the ballast right now. We're gonna put it back in the water, reseat it, pull it firm to the bumper there. And then this is our first time leaving the mast and the rigging all on. Normally we would take this down while we were on the water, but we just wanted to get out of the water and into this space here. We'll set it up, or we'll demast it right here in the grassy area where there's no trees or bushes or anything. So we'll see if we like doing that on dry land or on the water better. So we'll keep you posted. There is the water coming out of the ballast ever so slowly. The big push already happened, so we can probably put it back in. All right, I'm gonna go back her in. So here's proof that it is tight up against that little bumper there. And then as soon as I pull it out, it'll be 3 inches away. It's a beautiful fall morning, and Sylvia and the Mac are together again. He's all happy about it. It's an innuendo because the mast is still erect. Ooh. Anyway, don't they look cute together? Kurt and I are going to start work on lowering the mast now. He actually went to get back on the dinghy and go out to the mooring ball and tidy up the pendant so it's not getting all wrecked throughout the winter. It's unbelievable that the tide is just not even high at all. So that was kind of crazy getting it on. Kurt put new anti-fouling paint on the bottom, which is great because this is just mud. There's like absolutely no barnacles on it like there was last year, which was crazy. But unfortunately, whenever I had to winch it up onto the V, a blade of paint and a lot more came off too. So we'll have to repair that at some point before it gets too cold that the paint won't work. But I'm gonna give her a nice pressure wash, and that should get all of the muck and everything off of her. So that'll be good. They turn the water off on the 31st here. It's October 27th, so that'll be a fun project to work on today before we go home. Get her all nice and clean. Last year it was crazy because we had barnacles all over our fenders as well because we were getting in and out through the back here. So we had the fenders down in the water like all season, and Kurt had to do a whole bunch of sanding to get it nice and smooth again. So it's really impressive how clean he got it. The remnants of some barnacles on the ladder are still left though. He didn't sand that, but no matter. Kurt is bringing the dinghy back right now, so I guess I will drive. I don't know why he's bringing the dinghy back. I gotta drive the van with the boat, and I guess he'll drive the golf cart with the dinghy somehow. The dinghy's a 2-person job. I would have just left it on the dock, put the boat back, and then came down in the golf cart and got the dinghy. So we'll see what he thinks. Maybe he's just gonna bring it out and hook it up right here, and then we'll come back and get it. That's a good plan. That's where the power is. I was gonna hook up the power washer out here, but I won't. I'll do it back at our campsite. The dinghy's fun. I'm so proud of myself for driving it all the way over here. Really made the setup go a lot faster this year. Got all the lines and halyards disconnected from the boat. They're all tucked around the mast, so they're not hooked to anything. The power and the antenna is separated from the boat. And now all I'm doing is putting up the baby stays. So they get connected right there and one over here. And then I will disconnect the rigging from both sides of the boat once I have the lifting system put in place. So I'll show you that in a minute. So the mast raising system goes through there at the base, and then there's another little swivel that goes up here where the baby stays are connected. So it latches on to right here, and then it goes back to the 2 cleats. You want to make sure that the winch part is pointing towards the mast. So Kurt is undoing the pin for the forestay, and the mast raising system is taut and in the shape of an A, and it's holding the mast up right now. Then whenever we get that undone, we'll undo the side rigging on both sides, and then we'll be able to drop the whole mast, crank this backwards, drop the whole mast, and just lay it on its mast rest there. So that's what we're doing right now. And then we usually take the spreaders off, and it's just easier to push it back or move it forward, actually, because the whole mast moves forward then and connects to the top of the bow. And I'll show you that whole process in a second. Kurt's enjoying being able to stand on ground and mess with the rigging instead of being on a dinghy where the ring ding will fall into the water the second it comes out of the pin. So we're doing those 2, and then we will lower the mast. So the mast is down. Went really easy. The mast raising system held it in place. We just cranked it backwards so it doesn't make the clicking sound, and then it landed right in the mast rest. And now we're going to take the shrouds off and then undo it from its clamp here. Well, it's not a clamp, from its bolt. And then we're going to slide it forward and connect it there. And then we'll be done. Kurt took off the shrouds. I disconnected the mast raising system. So as soon as he's done with the shrouds, I will disconnect the mast. Alright, so we slid the mast forward. Now it is in position, and it is pinned into the bracket there with the same bolt that holds it in place when it's upright. So the only thing I don't like is that it kind of gets pulled on, and then it seems like it's pulling it apart from that bracket. So, I don't know. Is this how everybody else does it? Is this the right way? I don't like it. There she is with the mast all down, ready to go back into the boathouse. Alright, the boat is on the trailer. The dinghy's back at the camp. I am back at the van, driving the van with the boat. You can see it back there. Back to the boathouse. My amazing trailer backing up skills. We got the boat back into the boathouse. And there she'll stay for the rest of the winter. And now I'm celebrating a successful boat retrieval. Cheers! I got a mimosa. Flushing out the motor. So we flushed the motor, and then we stopped the water and let it kind of dry itself out. And then we also dropped the rudders down because they're full of water. So they drain out of those little holes there. So they're not full of water for the winter. And I was pressure washing, but then it tripped the breaker, and now I can't get it turned back on. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to finish cleaning the muck off of the boat. Back in business, pressure washing. All the grime off. Very satisfying. We have finished up both sides here. Kurt's just getting a little bit left that I can reach. She's nice and blue again. No more brown. Alright, last look inside the boat before we leave it for the season. I'll probably be back here maybe once or twice during the winter. You can use it as a camper. But I definitely want to get all that bedding out from back there and improve that for next time. But we're all packed up and calling it end of the season. Alright, we got all our toys put away for the winter. I'm supposed to be helping Kurt